Okay, good afternoon. December 5th, 2023, the Magna Water District Board Meeting, 8885 West, 3500 South, General Office Building. I'd like to call this meeting to order. And of course, I'd like to welcome public and guests. Here sitting today on the diocese, we've got Glenn Dilly, Nathan Bracken, Andrew Sumption, Jeff White, Mick Sudbury, Danny Stewart, Leal Fitzgerald, Dallas Henline, Raymond Mondragon, and Trevor Andre. So we're going to table C until we, what'd you say?
C and D, excuse me.
Okay, C and D till the end.
They just sent them supposedly.
A decision, a possible motion for the district inspector.
I'll take that, Mr. Chair. What you have in front of you is the job description for the district inspector that we're proposing. This is the same job description that we used previously. The only changes on there was the date.
Okay.
It was all that was updated. What's highlighted there in yellow is that this person will be expected to assist in blue stakes and provide backup assistance for wastewater and water operations in emergency pipeline leak repair. One thing that we'd like to bring to the board's attention is that we foresee that there is little possibility that somebody will have all of these certifications that are said to be required, and so at this point we will take the most qualified candidate and have them require them to get the certifications within a reasonable time frame after assuming the position.
So when you say reasonable time frame, like what we're looking at, I mean, we're looking at 6 months, a year?
Probably a year.
Would recommend probably a year.
Okay.
Some of the other discussions that we've had with the board, we can highlight here with the org chart. Maybe Trevor can go through this.
I will point out that's, I don't know if you mentioned, that's the exact same posting that we did.
Yeah, that's what he said. Just with the dates were different.
Yeah, and if, looking at the org chart, you'll see that each inspector is underneath me, so I will be direct supervisor, and neither inspector will report to either one. They will collaborate and work together through the projects, but they'll report to me directly. And then I just,
Chart keeps getting bigger, doesn't it?
It is growing, running out of room.
I just want to say, you know, myself, I'm excited for this. I think with the basement getting put together, we'll have a great, you know, home base for the engineering department, where we can cover all of our safety topics and have our morning meetings, and it'll be a real benefit for us in having this second inspector in-house. And I know Rob is, you know, he sees the benefit in that in-house inspector, and he looks forward to having.
Okay, so let's get back to Fridays. What are we gonna do on that?
So we have, this year, I mean, several different times, accommodated the developer when needed, off hours. And so I think if that was if there was a situation that arose that needed a Friday, we could accommodate inspection on that time. We do everything we can to, you know, get it done within the Monday through Thursday, but if we had to on Fridays, we could accommodate.
Okay, so a question I have we reached out to, I mean, I know we probably have, but it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to reach out to them and let them know that, you know, we're hiring an in-house inspector, and so we we are no longer going to provide an inspection on a Friday. And if it does, somewhere along the line, we gotta come up with the cost. Because I don't think we should share the cost. I mean, I don't think we should.
Off-hours cost.
Off-hour costs, and if it becomes a problem that, like I said, in a perfect world, you know, things would be great, but I know superintendents and how that all works, so.
And a lot of time, well, in a couple different of the occasions, it has benefited other customers. You know, like their, for instance, American Eagle, shutting them down at certain times really affects their production of an operation. And so we try to accommodate them and the developer to fit, you know, what works best for both.
One idea that Mick says there that just comes to me is we could adopt something in the fee schedule
Absolutely.
that says if you need accommodation
Because
on
it does come at a cost.
It does, and we have to pay it. But the other question I have too, and I don't know what the other two board members are thinking, but, you know, if you got a lot of construction going and, you know, we have people out there on Fridays that's when they plan on doing their stuff, you know, for their inspections. I think that's something we've got to kind of look at too. I just, like I said, you know, as I talked to the contractor doing that, they said they do inspections on Friday. I didn't bother to ask how many they do on Fridays, but they do inspections on Friday, and my concern is we, as Magna Water, work for this town and the developers. And I'm okay with this part. My only concern is trying to provide what we need to do to make sure and let them know. Because I got to be honest, if they start calling me and ringing my phone up, then guess where I'm coming with it.
Yeah, that makes me, I think of another thing we can do is monitor that activity and evaluate the impact that this change will have. And we can bring that back to the board after 6 months or
Sure.
a year time frame that the board finds acceptable. We could report back, just like we monitored the RV dump to determine what's the impact. You know, we're monitoring the schedule change.
I had a
In
guy
the office.
complain about it. He was complaining because it's gonna close for the winter.
Oh, you just barely did?
Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago, and I said,
Oh,
go over to Holiday Island, quit complaining.
open 20 year round, yeah.
I said, are you complaining about the $5? I said, I.
Maverick's free, right? No, yeah, Maverick's free.
Is it? Maverick's free?
Yeah.
Is that the one that's hard to get into?
The 8,000 one is pretty easy because they have the high flow pumps.
Anyway, I was gonna proceed to tell him how much he makes a year, so quit complaining.
Refer them, if they're concerned about cost, if you get any calls, I'd refer them to the Maverick. To our knowledge, that's free.
He was okay, I just told him, I said, you know what it takes to do that? And then I started explaining to him about what can happen if somebody dumps something there bad.
No.
I said, you know, like insecticide or something like that, I said, it could be bad. I said, so we need to protect ourselves, you know, and that was the end of it.
Oh, good.
That one on 72 is good to get into.
Okay, let's focus on this for a minute. Let's focus on this, and then we'll deal with that stuff, other business. So do you have anything you want to address onto this about coverage for Fridays? Like I said, I think we need to maybe remind the developers out here that we are not gonna provide a service to Friday unless we get a lot of feedback, and then we need to revisit it.
Yeah.
Um,
And from our experience with, you know, Rob not doing Fridays, I mean, he's inspecting at least half of the developments out there or more. And it is a little bit of a learning curve early, but then the contractor catches on. And there is stuff that they can do and just not bury it.
Cause we have the big develop going on over here on 41 and
Mahogany Ridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that one will be going on for several years.
right, that's
I
gonna be
imagine.
There
a
was only-
10-year project.
There was
or
only a couple
five.
times that I had a situation, you don't like to leave a open hole over the weekend.
Yeah,
But if you're planning right and everything goes okay,
yeah,
shouldn't be a
In a
problem.
perfect world.
yep.
Oh, I'll tell you, I like to close the hole up.
So a question I have on that part, so if you leave the hole open, we don't accept any reliability of that, do we? I mean, okay, I mean,
Not ours.
okay. Well, I so move if you want to motion this to hire a district inspector.
So, okay, so Mr. Chairman, to make a motion to, be able to move forward on hiring a district inspector position. And how long do we think it'll take?
I don't anticipate this would take very long,
Okay.
maybe 3 weeks to a month.
Not second that.
It's been motion, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Because it's not creating a new position.
Okay, item F. Who wants to take this one?
I will take that.
Good.
Thank you, Chair and Board. So this is IGES, geotechnical investigation. This one goes along with the 7,200 secondary project that we have in design right now.
Okay.
So they've got an alignment, and that allowed us to kind of focus in where these investigations would be, because we have Ritter Canal crossing, as well as a couple of storm drain, large storm drain crossings. So this investigation will help us with that, especially the crossing of the canal. It'll identify the groundwater, soil attributes, and allow for that bore underneath the canal.
So this will protect us where we need to run that secondary water line. This will
Yes.
tell us what we're gonna run into, like down there where Dyke's barn was. We went down through there and there was so much debris buried in there. We had a nightmare trying to get
Yeah.
backfill to go in there.
So we'll have, yeah, there'll be deep bores that'll give us the soil characteristics, the groundwater levels, those things.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve the IGES geotechnical investigation proposal not to exceed the amount of $11,800.
I'll second that.
Been motion, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Who wants to discuss item G?
I will start that off too. So this is vacation of easement. It is part of the Arbor Park development. So to orient yourselves, the aerial imagery here is old, it's not updated, but Arbor Park Drive, we have an existing water line and a little portion of sewer that's in that roadway. And now with the apartments, they're making improvements along that roadway, adding or sidewalks on both sides, as well as abandoning some of the water infrastructure that used to go to these buildings. They're also adding secondary water along this whole stretch of Arbor Park all the way to this point here.
Because back in the back there, they have secondary water. Them houses
Back
back,
here.
yeah, they all have secondary water.
And does it come in off 8,400?
So it's interesting, that was part of these townhomes. So the townhomes installed secondary water up to this point
Oh.
where they're connected, like all of that landscape.
But let me
And
tell you,
their parks.
explain you a story there, and maybe you know it, maybe you do. The owner, the previous owner that lived there was the developer. He went and switched the culinary to the secondary and could have messed up the whole lines, and I think you were on that board with me when that, yeah, you were with me.
Has that got all removed and is it all resolved on that street?
For secondary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And culinary,
Uh-huh.
okay.
But they switched that because they had culinary water feeding their pond and their water features, and then he went and,
Yeah, JJ and Kim
yeah, that's how they found it.
found that. Yep.
Well, when Lund did his garage up there at the very end, at the dead end, he was hitting lines up there, and our guys went up and kind of helped him, but it was a mess.
There was,
There was water coming up at Ernie Gus' place, and they're going, I didn't touch it over there, I was over here.
So, with Arbor Park, they're also adding in some sewer here. So, with this vacation of easement, the easement was basically just the water line and a small portion of sewer. And with this development, they're now dedicating the entire, width of that roadway to us as an easement. Dang it. Sorry, I had a sheet pulled up, but it failed to open. So that's, I think that this is a benefit to us. This kind of narrow easement just for the water line doesn't help us now because we have secondary water and we have new sewer and we have meters all along there for those buildings.
okay, but the question I have is why do we want to give it up? I mean, that's where I'm at. Why do we want to give even though it's no good to us, what good is it that, I mean,
Well,
there's
it'd
someone
be,
somebody's gonna benefit out of
It'd be an
this.
easement within an easement.
Okay,
Because it's a narrow strip,
We're gonna
and now
give
we're getting the whole
something-
road.
We're giving this up to gain a much larger easement that will cover everything.
That'll cover all of our utilities.
okay, so we're sure on that, right?
It'll
Okay.
cover
100%.
it'll cover
Because
the water
in there-
meters, it'll cover the sewer line, it'll cover the
Okay,
second
because
water.
in the previous, I just don't trust them, so.
Yeah. Yeah, it is, like, we haven't signed the plat yet. I've reviewed the plat and it has all those easements on there, covers all of our infrastructure. We still have a bond in place. I mean, we have ways to ensure that we get the proper easements.
Okay,
But
Okay,
they're,
if you
like I
can
said,
ensure
they're
us that we're
on.
gonna get the proper, I have
So-
no problem doing this, but
so
if we don't,
we're
I'm-
giving up a sliver to get a whole road.
Yep,
Okay.
yep, to back a walk, to cover
Yeah,
all
so
of
there's no reason to have a sliver when we can get the whole thing.
And then the other benefit to them, I mean, this is a benefit to them. It doesn't, there's that portion of water line that we're no longer gonna have it's not gonna be active.
Yeah, if I could go back to this, one right here that comes down,
Yeah, that one,
that's been abandoned because it was
nothing there.
for the old building.
I'm the same as Mick. As long as you're ensuring that this gets taken care of properly.
Yep.
And hold them at the fire with that.
we might wanna look at it legally, have legal counsel look and make sure, because,
Yeah, I can
Have.
send the plat
So-
to Nathan.
This is the one we looked at before, right,
Yeah.
Trevor? So Trevor sent me a prior version of this about a month or even more a month ago. The draft easement that was provided had some discrepancies. They had, basically what they had is they had the attachment that you have here with the map, which I understand is the correct version now, right, Trevor?
Yes.
But they had included a different legal description of the easement that was gonna be vacated in the body of the document. And so there was some discrepancies there, and so
got
it
that
looks like you've
sorted out.
resolved that, and as I've looked at it, as long as, we're basically referring to the legal description that's in that exhibit with the map, which is the better way to do it anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and that was off your suggestion.
yeah, so it looks like it's already taken care of my comments.
Yeah. But as far as reviewing the plat to ensure that we have the other easements, I'm more than happy to send that to Nathan. He can look that over. Yep,
All right. Yeah,
we can
that's good.
definitely do
Right.
that.
okay, are you okay with it?
Yeah.
Any issues? None? Okay.
So, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve the vacation of the easement as part of the Arbor Park apartment development located at 8317 West Arbor Park Drive.
I'll second that.
In motion, second.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Okay, let's move back up to
Oh, did you get the start?
I
Two-
think, well, I
did we-
don't know why, but the email's not coming through. If you wanna go to the close, that'd be great.
Okay. Does someone want to make a motion to go to closed?
I'll make a motion to go and close just a minute. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to meet immediately in a closed meeting to discuss character, professional competence, physical or mental health of an individual pursuant to Utah Code 52-4-204 through 205.
I'll second that.
In motion, second, all in favor? Make a motion to open the open.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to close, open the open, reopen the public board meeting.
I'll second that.
In motion, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, let's go back to C. Presentation.
Okay. We finally got the results. I lost my email. And Clint was gonna read this first section part, like on the colorful page. This
The
is-
green one?
Because I'm losing my voice, so.
Yep, so you have this sheet with the different colors. And she wanted to read this first section at the top, ballot statistics for the Magna Water District canvas general election results on 11/21/2023. 1A, box 1A is a 25.1% voter turnout. There are 12,424 active voters. There's 3,089 counted ballots that were mail-in or drop box. There were 32 ballots that were delivered in person. 1 ballot was returned electronically. 0 provisional ballots. Total number of ballots was 3,124. Do the total ballots counted match the number of voters given vote history in Vista? No. I don't know exactly what that means.
That seems to be new.
2, if no, there's a difference of 2, so I guess the difference there. We attribute the difference in ballot totals to in-person fleeing voters, envelopes submitted without a ballot, and current election envelopes containing ballots for previous elections.
Cool,
Anything
thank you.
else?
No, that's good. I was just,
That's really
Noticing
weird,
though-
seeing 3A, 70 ballots
Yeah,
were returned.
after the postmark.
that's because they mailed them too late, but, so we could move to letter D on the, agenda for the resolution. And the resolution is number 2023-06. I'm gonna start on page 1, down at the bottom. The election results were 3,124 ballots were counted. And Danny Stewart was the winning candidate with 63.09%. And Sean Ron Wall received 36.91% of the ballots. So we welcome and are glad Danny stays in office. And I guess I just need a motion to approve that resolution.
You want to make a motion to,
Yeah.
he stepped
So
out.
am I gonna make a motion for this resolution and for this information right here?
Yeah, I would move to, the motion I would suggest is that you move to approve resolution number 2023-6, which is a resolution of Magna Water District certifying the 2023 general election results, and to accept the canvas statistics and report provided by the Salt Lake County Clerk.
So,
You
Mr.
could just
Chairman,
say so moved.
Yeah, I have that if you would
I'd like
like
to
to.
move to accept the resolution number 2023-06, resolution of the Magna Water District certify the 2023 general election results.
And to
whereas-
accept the canvas statistics and report prepared by the Salt Lake County Clerk. You don't need to read resolution into the record. It's already part of it.
Okay. And so, and also to accept the Salt Lake County results from the, which is the Magna Water District canvas statistics in the general election for 11/21/23. And then we read the results here, Danny. Do we need to read them?
I think we can, sure.
So Danny Stewart, 1,779 votes, which is 63% of the voters, and Sean Wall, 1,041, which was 36%, 36.91%. Total votes was 2,820, and that's it.
I'll second it.
It's been motioned and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So Leo, because Mick was absent, you'll have to note that that's basically 2-0-1, 2 votes aye, 1 vote
It is.
absent.
Okay, thank you. So letter J, is there anything on letter J?
I didn't have anything else, unless the board had anything.
So we don't need to do anything on D either. That's part of it. Resolution.
Right.
We did. Okay, so do we want to adjourn?
What item do they, oh, there's the next board meeting.
Yeah, it's just saying that the next regular board meeting is scheduled
Next
for the
Thursday?
14th.
Is that
Thursday?
next Thursday?
Yes, so you'll get packets
At 10
Thursday
o'clock?
at 10, yeah.
I gotta make sure I got it in there.
And the aisle for other business is going to be putting together the calendar, the board schedule for next year, along with conference schedules. If you have any conflicts that you know,
Yeah, that'd be good.
we can, if you'll get with Leisle or myself, and we can get those noted to make sure we have those adjustments sooner the better.
Is the second Tuesday still okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I just printed this out. I didn't even look at the one you sent me today that has next week's agenda.
Okay,
Because you were just getting input and I didn't have anything put in. Okay. So I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it. We're done.
And motion is seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
4:42.
Cool.
Thank you.